Marshall, this is Joel. Here's the difference. Head's not quite so far out of the circle on the new blue over on our right. As a result of trying to stand a little farther from the ball, I'm going to want you to get your hands a little higher too. Try and get a little farther from that ball so you're not having to pull away from it quite so much. But also, the big deal is to try and not have so much of that lag in your wrists, Marshall, as time goes on. I'll show you the last swing from our lesson. See, it's already starting to look a little smooth there, buddy, even though we're not seeing a huge difference yet. Remember, I wanted to do this. This is where your hands are, about halfway down or so. So right when your hands are just past that 2x4, you see how there's a little bit less lag over there on our left on the new blue. And you're trying to get your right arm longer. That right arm is longer, and you see your head's up better on the new blue too. So now when you get down to here, yep, there's a little less lag on the new blue there. And over here, still see a lot of your left hand at this point. Now the rub is, Marshall, again, buddy, you've always had this, but I sure didn't want to give this to you in the middle of the season, because this might foul up your timing and your release and your straightness of your ball flights here for a little while as you're getting used to it. But as you can see, man, this felt like some putting type stroke over on our left, where it felt totally firm wristed to you, like there was no wrist at all. Yet we still see plenty of lag there. And you got plenty of distance with it too. But you see, you just want to get out of this, get some of the looseness out of your swing, Marshall. And you see at the top here especially. That's much firmer than what it looked like at the top over here on the right. So the only fear about this really would be losing distance and kind of losing some straightness. But, buddy, I think you can get used to this really in the next 2 or 3 or 4 months. And it'll really help your long shots especially be all the more in play. It's mainly getting those extra moves out of the swing there, that wristiness. That I'm saying is, technically speaking, the thing that's created a little trouble with that driver. So congratulations again there, buddy, on some good things here the last half of the season. And congratulations again on the things up there at Dominican. Talk to you soon.
Okay, now we're going to look at the deep squat. We're also going to convert to the K-trainer. We're going to look at some movement. What we're only going to look at is side bend movement with the K-trainer, okay? Taylor, put your arms over your head. Let's have you do a squat, and let's see what it looks like. Good. Come back up. Do another one. A couple of dysfunctional moves. As you can see, the K-vest turned red a couple times. But what I normally see, an athlete go down a little bit. This is what I normally see with some of my athletes. That's about it, as far as we go. We'll see the knees coming together. We'll bend them together. And as you can see, it totally turns red on the K-trainer there. Some of the corrective exercises that we certainly would do, don't just have a gentleman hold a weight, 10-pound weight straight out here. What this weight does, starts to engage the whole core. Now do the squat. And how much easier that is. The weight just drags you right down, the core is activated, the hips totally open up. Some of the other things that we do to correct this is where you're the cheater, put your heels up on the board, and now do your squat. A little bit of rotation at the bottom of the squat. Much better than it originally was.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlands. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment, and then we have the face-on camera angle also, and then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment, and we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from PuttersEdge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn at a certain field in your golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. And then if we get tired of being indoors and we want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter. Ellie, good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied and things are looking better on the video here, and we're kind of cooped up inside and want to go outside, we can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.